Hi everybody, this is Ellie. Thanks so much for joining me today for a look at my August setup. Surprise, I'll be staying in the standard size for the month of August. Originally, this was only going to be my setup for One Book July, but I've been having so much fun playing in this size, trying new things, and it's been really functional for me. So I thought I would continue on with it and call this my standard summer. I'm staying in the same cover, which is the Travelers Company brown leather cover, and it's gotten some scuffs and scratches, which I love, and I love the look and the feel of it. I still have my 2 pen loops, which I will be continuing with. I have my Uniball Signo in the 0.38 and my Tombow dual brush pen in the N89, which is the same warm gray I used in July. I love the combination of this pen and this Tombow, but I'm not going to be as strict as I was in One Book July, where I was actively trying to only use one pen. If I do want to use another pen, that's fine, I'll go ahead and do it, but this I think will be my primary pen and will definitely be the one that stays with the setup. The inserts I'm using have changed a little bit. I apologize for the glare. In July, I was using this craft folder, which worked great. I kept some stickers and ephemera in here, but I had also received some new inserts. So for the month of August, I wanted to try this zipper case. I'm just going to take these off the string for now so I can show you what I have in them, and then we'll put it back together. Okay, so this is the zipper case from Travelers Company. It's the 008 refill. And what I've done is I've kept in some stickers that I would like to use this month. I was gifted these for my birthday, and I know my friend got them from Paper Plus Cloth, a Toronto stationery shop, and they're so cute. I love the style and the girl and the little other accessories on the sheets. I also really love the size of this because it's big enough that it'll stand out on the standard size pages, but it's small enough that it won't take up too much space. And when I get sticker packages that come in these plastic folders, I usually just cut off the top so that I can easily pull them in and out, because I hate playing with this sticky thing. Whenever I'm trying to open it and slide things back in, it gets stuck and I crumple this plastic. Anyways, that's just an aside. So I'm keeping that in the front, and I love it because you can see the design right through. And in the back of the zipper case, I'm keeping the same washi stickers that I had last month from Note and Wish. So I've used up quite a few of them now, both in July and some in my August setup. And I have the deco stickers from Swatelier. These are also simple and minimal, and they looked really nice whenever I did use them. And of course, we can't forget my little date pocket here. I keep my dates in here from 3 years apart. They haven't released their August ones yet, but once they do, I will be using them and just keeping them in here like this. Next, I have my card file insert. So I have the card I made last month that says, "You are a match for your mountain" by Danielle Dobie, a picture of my family. And this month I made this little card. Kathleen at Pigeon Paper Company has some beautiful artwork, and she had a limited time offer where she was selling some of her archived files available digitally. So I love her style. It's so whimsical and soft that I thought this would be a great opportunity for me to get a variety of her work. So I did that, and I'm super happy with it. And this is one of the little guys I printed this month. It just says "Keep Going," which I think is a helpful reminder right now. Inside, I have my custom from Kate at Tiny Greens. This die cut is from the Style Planner, and these are hexagon stickers by Soft and Muted. I'm not sure if you can see where the cutouts are, but here I can pull one up to show you. It's beautiful. I love her style, and I also love the size of this little mini sticker sheet. I actually received an order from Holly at Soft and Muted as a surprise gift from a friend, and it was so sweet and lovely. She had Holly include a note that said that my friend saw these and thought that they would go well with my style, and of course, she's absolutely right, so that was so generous, and thank you so much if you're watching. I will definitely get use out of this and all of her other goodies. In the back part of the file, I have the washi cards from the July washi I'm using. Hopefully I'll finish these up in the next week and be able to reuse these same cards for my August washi. This compliment card from Cheyenne Barton, and this Midori pen loop where I keep my Tombow. And this must be my favorite part of my August setup. I am so happy with how this cover turned out. Again, I apologize for the glare. I put packing tape on it, so we're kind of suffering for it now. In July, this was the first insert that I've ever covered and collaged, and I was really happy with how it turned out. I took a lot of inspiration from other people's styles, especially Robin at Journal Rhapsody, and this came together really nicely. But this one here feels like it's much more my style, and that's one of the things I love about playing around. First of all, styles change, of course, and tastes change. But it's really fun to be able to hone in on what I particularly love and what speaks to me. And this here is a little bit simpler, a little bit more neutral. And even though this girl is gorgeous and the words "I am enough" resonate with me, she doesn't in particular. Whereas taking this illustration of Harry and Hagrid and putting it on the front just makes me feel warm and fuzzy and welcome, if that makes sense. I don't know, I'm getting all emotional over my cover, but I'm just happy with it and trying to explain how I see the difference. I used 2 different scrapbook papers because I did not have enough of the striped one, but I think it turned out really well. I have a lot of neutrals, so they paired super nicely together. I don't remember where the scrapbook papers are from. They're super old, but this illustration is another one that I downloaded from Kathleen at Pigeon Paper Company and just really fussy cut around it. This image and quote is from the Art Journaling magazine. It says, "I move between distressed and complete." I know that maybe could sound a little bit darker, but for me, it's just kind of speaks to balance and being okay with riding the waves of my emotions, whatever they are. And this is a label from the Happy Planner Homebody sticker book that I'm always talking about. It's one of my favorites, and I just wrote August in there. And these stickers on the back are from that same Homebody sticker book. Put a little bit of washi tape just to add to it, and I tried to draw some Harry Potter stars with tiny little dots of metallic pens to add a little sparkle, which I'm realizing you probably can't see. Then, because this wasn't enough Harry Potter, I pulled up this download that I got from Z Darling, and it's a Diagon Alley Scene coloring sheet, which is such a beautiful style. I first saw this in one of Sarah Martinez's videos, I don't know, probably 2 years ago, from 2 years ago maybe, and she had it on the inside cover of her Hobonichi Weeks, and I remembered it because I love Harry Potter and I loved the style. So I've been following Z Darling ever since, and I downloaded some of her Harry Potter coloring sheets, and I knew that I wanted this one in this notebook. So I printed it, I think, at a smaller scale, because the full sheet was too tall, and I have it in the back as well. I did actually print it twice. You'll see the Potion Shop carries over because if I had cut it in half, it wouldn't have covered this whole back part. I'm super happy with how that looked. I didn't tape it down, I just glued it with a glue stick and some Tombow adhesive. In the back, I decided to do another lettering everyday challenge because I had so much fun with that. And I wanted to do another Harry Potter one. I know this is kind of an explosion of Harry Potter, but it's what I was feeling this month. And then when I saw the Harry Potter images in Kathleen's downloads, it all came together. This is her badger. I'm a Hufflepuff, so there he sits, super cute. And I found another Cindy Conterbaldo challenge that was Harry Potter based, so she is at Llama Letters. This is from 2017, and I just adapted it a little bit. I took out any of the words I already did in July, and I also included the characters' last names because like Harry and Ron are short words, and I like to practice a little bit more every day. So I'm excited to do that, and it looks super cute. I just tape it right on the outside with some brown washi, so it blends pretty nicely, I think. And those are my inserts. So I played around with how I actually wanted to put them into the cover, and what I found worked best for me is just kind of bundling them all together. I tried the elastic and having this separate, but because the back is longer than the front, I didn't like how they sat together. So that's how it's all sitting, and I'm really happy with that. This sticks out maybe a teeny bit. I don't know if you can tell there at the edge. Doesn't bother me at all. Also, I apologize if you can hear any music in the background. There's a stereo on outside, so I can't tell if it'll be coming through or not. Before I get into the setup itself, I am going to be using a more curated collection of washi tapes and stickers this month. These are the washi tapes that I've pulled out. They are all from Note and Wish, with the exception of this watercolor one. I used this one as well in July, and it's from Paper Plus Cloth, and it's by Liang Feng. I believe they're not available anymore, but if they are, I will link them. I like this one because it just is muted, but still has a little bit of most colors in here, so it goes well with almost everything. These 4 washi tapes came in a collection, and they're absolutely beautiful. It's kind of a garden themed Jane Austen-y type of feel. You'll see this one full length on one of the spreads. And I pulled this grid washi tape because it's another one that I used in July, and it's minimal enough and goes with almost everything. And this was a single washi tape from Note and Wish, and I love the floral, and again, the colors all went together. So really excited to use these, plus the stickers that I already showed you in my zipper case. Now let's take a look at the pages themselves. July's been a little bit of a struggle for me, and in August I really wanted to take a step back, reset, and practice some self-compassion. On the first page here, I wrote "Give yourself grace," just as that daily reminder. I have my index. This is all from Note and Wish. This is a piece of ephemera that I got from Marinee at Protect Your Peace, and I thought that sentiment, protect your peace, is perfect for this month, and also carries through in this quote here by Alan Cohen, which reads, "There is virtue in work and there is virtue in rest. Use both and overlook neither." We've moved into my August tasks. My focus is to rest and reset. Let go of self-judgment and practice self-compassion. You can't pour from an empty cup. Practicing self-compassion is a challenge, and I think it is for many people, but I have some wonderful meditations that I do. I've mentioned Dr. Kristen Neff before, so she's a wonderful resource, and it's also just being intentional about it, writing this down, giving myself permission to take that rest when I need it. I haven't put any tasks in here yet because we do still have a few days left in July, so I'll do that in the last day or so. I printed off a small monthly calendar from 3 years apart, so I'll be able to cross the days off. My August calendex. I did something a little different where I wanted to try and highlight the dates and the days of the week so that it stood out a bit. I'm not sure how much I like this, to be honest with you. It got really messy. I had trouble with the brush and it kind of just spread out down here, but I think it'll look a lot better once I've actually written in here. I'm trying out these little Midori tabs. However, I thought I started with it over here, so I'm not sure if it moved. We'll see. I have sticky tabs if that's the case, but I figured I'd put one for these two spreads because I come to these daily. And we move to my calendar. I've rewritten my 2020 goals in Word for the year. While rewriting these is repetitive, I don't find it redundant because it's important for me to keep actively acknowledging these goals, because then I'm much more likely to work towards them in small or bigger ways. I have a couple of birthdays in here, appointments that I know of, and I will continue planning my content schedule. I did put the 31st day up here instead of readjusting my calendar spacing. I had also considered including it over here, but I put it up there and I think it'll be just fine. Then we move to the memory spread. I chose a quote this month that reads, "Enough is as good as a feast," by Sir Thomas Malory. I like this spread to kind of remind me of being grateful and appreciating the things that I do have, so that quote suited. Again, just some washi tape and stickers from Note and Wish. I like the soft colors this month. And we've moved into my trackers. So here is that beautiful washi tape that I was showing with the different images. And some of these images are the ones that I cut out to include here in my calendar. I love how those come together. I wasn't expecting to like having my trackers inside my everyday carry as much as I did in July. So I went through my power sheets and I completed all their prompts, but instead of doing their tending list, I just put it right in here again. One thing that I did change is the first thing I tracked in July was my sleep, or if I went to sleep before a certain time. And that's helpful because I am trying to establish a better nighttime routine. But it also was feeling like a lot of pressure, and I was feeling down on myself because I wasn't doing it very often. And sometimes for me, that's a motivation for change, and sometimes it's overwhelming. And because I'm a little bit depleted because July has been more difficult, I've just switched it up. Instead of including asleep by 12:15, I just wrote kind to my body. And that for me is going to encompass if I feel like I've gotten enough sleep, if I've eaten intentional lunches, if I've had enough water, if I've exercised, anything I've done that day, if I consider it being kind to my body, I'll be able to mark that off. And that gives me more flexibility and reframes it in a way that is, I think, more positive for me. And I expect that I'll be able to check that off, and it'll help me acknowledge when I am doing things that are kind for my body. So I also had a weekly task that said intentional lunches in July, but I took that out too for the exact same reason and figured it will go under this umbrella. So I have the daily habits that I want to track. So some of them are daily habits. Up till here are daily habits: kind to my body, read, unplug, track spending, and floss. And then below, I know these likely won't be daily habits, but I do sometimes do them more than once per week and just like to track when I do. Water plants, meditate, etc. I have my weekly tasks. meditate, yoga, solo evening, content schedule, quality time with Paul, in contact with our grandparents, and oh, I put brain game here just because I want to do something a little more challenging every week, like a crossword or Lumosity games, maybe any board games. I don't know. If you guys have any suggestions for apps or anything that you like to do, please let me know. And my monthly tasks. So work on my nighttime routine still. I have an application I want to finish. I have to work on something with a friend. I have some questions about YouTube growth that I'm going to try and find the answers to, and finish the one thing. July isn't over yet, but I do not expect to finish it. I'm a good way through, but I did fall behind. My goal is to get that finished in August though. And my last spread so far, I did my future log. Last month I had a whole page, and so far I've written one thing on it, so I don't expect to need a ton of space. I divided the page in half, and in the bottom half I included my August deco, which I thought was just a really fun way to keep track of the washi tapes that I'm using, and it's just a beautiful spread. So those are all my washi tapes. These are from Note and Wish, and this one here is by Liang Fang watercolor. Last month I had a financial spread at the back. I'm not 100% sure what I'm going to do with that yet. It worked really, really well, but I do want to keep that in one place, I think. So I'm going to play around with it. I might still have a spread back here for August, but I do also want to figure out a way to consolidate it so that I can have it all together for the calendar year and reference it that way. In the back here, I've just done my spacing spread so that I can reference that, and this will be a pen test page again, probably a couple of them back here. I forgot to mention the insert itself that I'm using, and it's the 026 refill, which is the dot grid. I love that the dots are actually tiny pluses and that they're such a light gray. I just use this bookmark that is attached to the leather cover for my dailies, and I might try to use an ollie clip as well to clip all of the completed dailies together. I was using a paper clip in July, but we'll see. I'm super happy with this. I'm glad that I'm staying in this another month. It feels right. So I did really consider changing back to pocket size because I love pocket too, but I'm enjoying this so much, and I figured there's no rush to change. My pocket size will be there when I'm ready for it. Before I go, I just wanted to let you know that I was accepted into the YouTube Partner Program, which means that there will be ads shown before and or after my videos, which may make me some money to support my channel. I wanted to be totally transparent because this is not something I ever expected. I didn't start this channel or making videos with the intention of earning money. I started it because I really wanted to connect with people who had similar hobbies, which I feel like I've totally done. You guys are wonderful, and I can't thank you enough for the support. I absolutely love reading your comments and following so many of you here on YouTube and on Instagram. So thank you so, so much. And I did just want to acknowledge that there will be ads going forward and probably on my older videos as well. Making these videos and interacting with you guys is such a wonderful part of my week, and I look forward to continuing to do so. As always, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.